I and Jiang Mengyao are a recognized pair of rivals in the circle. I hate her to the core, until a major fire. I was disfigured and lost my voice. Everyone despises me, loathes me, but Jiang Mengyao hugged me and said, Fujian, don't be afraid. I am here. After that, my room suddenly burst into flames, but I saw Jiang Menjiao abandoning her tens of millions in assets without care, turning back into the sea of fire. She said, if there's no Fujian, my life would have no meaning. In the final moment, she held my hand, crying until choking. In this life, I've waited for you too long. In the next life, you must come find me earlier. But at the moment, my soul dissipated. I discovered my childhood, sweetheart, Xe Shan, standing from afar, observing everything. The corner of her mouth revealed a smile. It turns out I've always been deceived. I lowered my head to look at the brand new wedding ring on my ring finger. I actually reincarnated and returned to 5 years ago. Also the time when I hated Jiang Mengyao the most. Before death, the towering flames and the soft feeling from the hand. So real. In the end, is this a dream or reality? I pinched myself. A stinging pain came from my thigh. The car horns outside the window startled me out of my chaotic thought. After that, a prolonged pain and bitterness followed. A misunderstanding created by people made me hate Jiang Menjiao for many years. During that time, her competitors used all means to suppress her, making Jiang Menjiao unable to breathe. I, as her husband, was also extremely cold to her. At this moment, the housekeeper Zhang Ma walked in, asked me, Sir, the flowers have been delivered. Do you want to set off? My thoughts were still chaotic. What flowers? Aren't you going to visit Miss Si Shan? Suddenly hearing this name, I was stunned. In the chaos, suddenly there was a clue. It turns out to be this day. Si Shan is my childhood sweetheart, also a very talented actress. Unfortunately, an accident. She was severely burned all over, needs long-term hospitalization. In the previous life, on this day, I held a bouquet of flowers to the hospital, accompanied Xe Shan for her birthday. Coming out of the hospital, saw Jiang Menjiao sitting in the car. The expression on her face was extremely tragic and pitiful, but I didn't want to explain anything. Didn't even want to see her. Jiang Menjiao discovered me, quickly opened the car door to chase after. Fujian, today is my birthday. Her tone faintly carried some expectation. I stopped, turned back coldly to look at her. So what? Jiang Mengyao's clear eyes looked at me, didn't say a word. I said, today is also Zishan's birthday. To marry me. You used all means, ruined her face, cut off her future. What do you want me to do to you? Jiang Mengyao opened her mouth, uselessly said, it was just an accident. Hearing this, I snorted coldly. If that day you didn't invite her, she wouldn't be lying in the hospital now. How can you make me believe it was an accident? Jiang Mengyao was silent, finally said to me one sentence. Sorry. From that day, the relationship between me and Jiang Menjiao suddenly deteriorated. Began a long cold war and torment. Later I learned that accident that even Jiang Mengyao thought was unexpected was just some people using it to drive a wedge between me and her. Time rewinds. Zhang Ma interrupted my thoughts. Sir, the things have been placed in the car for you. It might be traffic jam if you go later. I came back to my senses, somewhat flustered, put on my coat and got into the car, because I suddenly realized this is 5 years ago. Everything is still in time. The driver drove into the flow of traffic. The road to the hospital is already jammed. Do you want to call Miss Xe to have her wait a bit? I looked at the constantly changing red and green lights outside the window. Changed my words. No need to go to the hospital anymore. Go to the company. Actually, I don't have much impression of Jiang Mengyao's company. When young, hated her. Never went once. Later, loved Jiang Menjiao, but then she was targeted by enemies. Dangers surrounded her. Didn't dare to go find her. To the point that at this moment, I stood under the office buildings lined up, somewhat dazed. In the end, which one is her office building? Passers-by curiously evaluated me, holding a huge bouquet of flowers, dressed exquisitely, like someone preparing to confess. I uncomfortably took out my phone, opened Jiang Mengyao's phone number, full 3 characters of name, not even emergency contact. I dialed. Originally thought it would take a while, but after only 2 short rings, it connected. A pleasant imperial sister voice came from the receiver. What's the matter? Hearing her voice again, my eyes suddenly felt hot. My voice unconsciously choked. Jiang Mengyao. Where is your office? I can't find it. On Jiang Mengyao's side, it seemed she was in a meeting. She paused slightly, said one sentence, dismissed the meeting, then said to me, go up to the sidewalk and stand. Come down right away. A few minutes later, Jiang Menghao walked out of the office building. Slender figure, under the sunlight, casting a long shadow. Noble and cold, elegant and transcendent. In contrast, looking at myself in the mirror, clothes messy. Her voice was very light, almost icy. What are you here for? I turned back. Jiang Mengyao was coldly looking at me, no matter when. Jiang Mengyao was always impeccably neat, like a flower blooming on a cliff, untouched by dust. I lowered my head, not daring to look at her. Sorry to disturb you. Today, she only said 2 words, didn't continue. I know what she wanted to say. Today, I should be accompanying Xe Shan for her birthday, not appearing here. This instead reminded me. I stuffed the bouquet into Jiang Mengyao's arms, mumbled one sentence, happy birthday. Silence stretched. I secretly glanced at her, discovered she was staring at that bouquet, not happy at all. After a long time, Jiang Mengjiao curled up a bitter mocking smile. Fu Jian, you don't need to. Right, what? I realized her emotions were off. My gaze suddenly fell on the bouquet. My heart sank. It's over. Shattered blue ice roses. The flower language is giving you the stars and the sea. Xi Shan's favorite. Also stars and sea. When I woke up, memories too chaotic. I single-mindedly wanted to find Jiang Mengyao, but overlooked these details. Sorry. Jiang Mengyao's voice was almost stiff. Thank you for your birthday gift. It's getting late. Have the driver take you home. She turned to leave. I quickly grabbed Jiang Mengyao's wrist. Wait. Jiang Menjiao also didn't expect this action from me. Didn't retract her foot in time. Fell back into my arms. Soft body accompanied by a faint fragrance. Jiang Mengyao staggered to stand up. Stared at my fingers. Silent, without speaking. I gritted my teeth. Stubbornly said, Jiang Menjiao, I am not going back. Her expression was calm. Fu Jian, this time, how do you want to torment me? This sentence is really hard to answer. In memory, at this time, Jiang Mengyao and I had just married not long. I was in conflict with her. Arguments were almost me unilaterally venting anger, saying whatever hurtful words, even holiday gifts, deliberately stabbing Jiang Mengyao's heart. I was like the boy who cried wolf, shouting, wolf is coming, too many times. She no longer believes me, recalling the previous life, after the misunderstanding was resolved. My method was quite direct and brutal, pinning her down and that's it. This woman looks cold, but is surprisingly easy to coax. But this method now may not work. Moreover, Jiang Mengyao has suffered too much hardship and grievance. I also want to compensate something. Thinking back and forth, I said, I'll treat you to dinner. Jiang Mengyao lowered her eyes, coldly replied, no need. I have work tonight. I shamelessly followed behind her, then ordered takeout. I'll order you a bowl of longevity noodles. Jiang Mengyao didn't say anything, didn't even pay attention to me. The bouquet was still tightly held in her hand, passing the trash can. I thought Jiang Menjiao would throw it away without hesitation, but she didn't. I followed behind Jiang Menjiao into her office. On the desk, there was a box of cold meal, not touched yet. Tonight, she planned to make do like this. My heart inexplicably ached. I opened my phone, ordered Jiang Mengyao a bowl of longevity noodles. Clear broth, less salt, no green onions. Side dish chose tomato stewed beef and a few vegetable dishes, all non-spicy. In the past, Jiang Mengyao, to please me, every time ordering, chose heavy flavors. Only later did I know her stomach is not good. Too spicy. Too oily. Too salty. Can't eat. After ordering, I sat on the sofa. I didn't know what to say. Seemed like anything said would be wrong. Jiang Menjiao was unwrapping the flower packaging, planning to put in a vase. Those shattered blue ice roses stung my eyes. Without thinking, I stepped forward, snatched the bouquet, threw it into the trash. Jiang Mengyao was stunned, looking at the blood oozing from her thumb. Tiredly sighed, Fu Jian, have you caused enough trouble? I suppressed the anger in my heart, angry why she was like a clay figure. No resistance at all. No need anymore. If you don't like it, I'll buy another for you. Jiang Menjiao pulled a tissue to press on the wound, eyes slightly lowered, self-mocking. Forget it. I ignored Jiang Menjiao, carried the trash to throw away. You wait here, then hurriedly left. Summer evening, roadside full of street flower sellers. Just that, compared to bouquets of hundreds or thousands in shops. Quality a bit inferior. I ran through several stalls, bought all the red roses, used simple wrapping paper to tie into a bouquet. Just then, the takeout arrived, so carried a bunch of big and small things upstairs. The floor at this time was even more deserted than when I came. The few overtime employees had left. Only Jiang Mengyao's office still had a small light on. I walked lightly, pushed the door in. Jiang Mengyao had her back to me, standing in front of the large window. Lonely silhouette, feeling like an abandoned stray cat. The heavy bouquet and food bumped together. The door made a thud sound. Jiang Mengyao's back stiffened, turned around abruptly, saw me almost crushed by the pile of things. She seemed not to expect me to return. After a moment of surprise, she hurriedly stepped forward. Two hands received the bouquet. I exhaled, forehead dotted with sweat, but still smiled brightly and said, for you. I bought all the red roses on the street. On Jiang Mengjiao's delicate face appeared a moment of blankness. It's over. Now she seems not used to the way I treat her. Could it be that I have to scold her to make it work? Seeing Jiang Mengyao about to turn back to eat the cold box meal, I exclaimed, oh. Jiang Mengyao immediately looked over. I caught the flash of tension in her eyes. I leaned on the sofa, tilted my chin, annoyedly said, can't you eat something hot? Seeing you eat box meal makes me annoyed. The next half hour, in the office, my complaining voices kept ringing. Do you know how to eat or not? Such a big piece of beef. Don't you see it? Not eating vegetables. Already this big and still picky. What do you think the bowl of noodles is? I bought it for you to admire. After my painstaking persuasion, the hot bowl of noodles was empty. I was afraid Jiang Menjiao wasn't full, added 2 small steamed buns, and gave her the osmanthus cake I brought for myself. If I persuade like this every day, can I still live? I talked until my throat was dry. Suddenly, a glass of water was handed in front of me. Looked up to see Jiang Menjiao looking at me. Drink some water to clear your throat, then continue scolding. Her expression softened a lot, although her eyes were still calm without light, but at least no longer icy and guarded. I suppressed the impulse to hug Jiang Mingjiao, said, Jiang Mingjiao, from now on, let's live well together. She heard that and looked away, silently cleaned up the bowls and dishes, didn't directly answer my question, put on the coat. I'll have the driver take you home. But I just arrived. I said, I want to stay a bit longer. But she quickly pushed the door and walked out, like escaping something. Anyway, trivial things like collecting trash are enough to make us argue. I and Jiang Menggao are a recognized pair of rivals in the circle. I hate her to the core, until a major fire. I was disfigured. Everyone despises me, loathes me, but Jiang Mengjiao hugged me and said, Fujian, don't be afraid. I am here. After that, my room suddenly burst into flames. But I saw Jiang Menggao abandoning tens of millions in assets without care, turning back into the sea of fire. She said, if there's no Fujian, my life would have no meaning. In the final moment, Jiang Menggao held my hand, crying until choking. In this life, I've waited for you too long. In the next life, you must come find me earlier. But at the moment, my soul dissipated. I discovered my childhood sweetheart Exi Shan, standing from afar, observing everything. The corner of her mouth revealed a smile. It turns out I've always been deceived. I lowered my head to look at the brand new wedding ring on my ring finger. I actually reincarnated and returned to 5 years ago. Also the time when I hated Jiang Menjiao the most. Before death, the towering flames and the soft feeling from the hand. So real? In the end, is this a dream or reality? I pinched myself. A stinging pain came from my thigh. The car horns outside the window startled me out of my chaotic thoughts. After that, a prolonged pain and bitterness followed. A misunderstanding created by people made me hate Jiang Menjiao for many years. During that time, her competitors used all means to suppress her, making Jiang Menjiao unable to breathe. I, as her husband, was also extremely cold to her. At this moment, the housekeeper Jiang Mo walked in. Asked me, sir, the flowers have been delivered. Do you want to set off? My thoughts were still chaotic. What flowers? Aren't you going to visit Miss Exi Shan? Suddenly hearing this name, I was stunned. In the chaos, suddenly there was a clue. It turns out to be this day. Exi Shan is my childhood sweetheart, also a very talented actress. Unfortunately, an accident. She was severely burned all over. Needs long-term hospitalization. In the previous life, on this day, I held a bouquet of flowers to the hospital, accompanying Exi Shan for her birthday. Coming out of the hospital, saw Jiang Menggao sitting in the car. The expression on her face was extremely tragic and pitiful, but I didn't want to explain anything, didn't even want to see her. Jiang Menggao discovered me, quickly opened the car door to chase after. Fujian, today is my birthday. Her tone faintly carried some expectation. I stopped, turned back coldly to look at her. So what? Jiang Mengyao's clear eyes looked at me, didn't say a word. I said, today is also Xi Shan's birthday. To marry me, you used all means, ruined her face, cut off her future. What do you want me to do to you? Jiang Mengyao opened her mouth, uselessly said, it was just an accident. Hearing this, I snorted coldly. If that day you didn't invite her, she wouldn't be lying in the hospital now. How can you make me believe it was an accident? Jiang Menjiao was silent, finally said to me one sentence, sorry. From that day, the relationship between me and Jiang Menjiao suddenly deteriorated, began a long cold war and torment. Later I learned, that accident that even Jiang Mengyao thought was unexpected was just some people using it to drive a wedge conspiracy between me and her. Time rewinds. Zhang Ma interrupted my thoughts. Sir, the things have been placed in the car for you. It might be traffic jam if you go later. I came back to my senses, somewhat flustered, put on my coat and got into the car, because I suddenly realized this is 5 years ago. Everything is still in time. The driver drove into the flow of traffic. The road to the hospital is already jammed. Do you want to call Miss Xe to have her wait a bit? I looked at the constantly changing red and green lights outside the window. Change my words, no need to go to the hospital anymore. Go to the company. Actually, I don't have much impression of Jiang Mengyao's company. When young, hated her, never went once, later loved her. But then Jiang Mengyao was targeted by enemies, dangers surrounded, didn't dare to go find her. To the point that at this moment I stood under the lined office building, somewhat dazed. In the end, which one is Jiang Mengyao's office building? Passers-by curiously evaluated me, holding a huge bouquet, dressed exquisitely, like someone preparing to confess. I uncomfortably took out my phone, opened Jiang Mengjiao's phone number, full 3 characters of name, not even emergency contact. I dialed. Originally thought it would take a while, but after only 2 short rings, it connected. A pleasant imperial sister voice came from the receiver. What's the matter? Hearing her voice again, my eyes suddenly felt hot. My voice unconsciously choked. Jiang Menjiao, where's your office? I can't find it. On Jiang Menjiao's side, it seemed she was in a meeting. She paused slightly, said one sentence, dismissed the meeting, then said to me, go up to the sidewalk and stand. I'll come down right away. A few minutes later, Jiang Menjiao walked out of the office building, slender figure, under the sunlight, casting a long shadow, noble and cold, elegant and transcendent. In contrast, looking at myself in the mirror, clothes messy, Jiang Mengyao's voice was very light, almost icy. What are you here for? I turned back. Jiang Menjiao was coldly looking at me. No matter when, Jiang Menjiao is always impeccably neat, like a flower blooming on a cliff. untouched by dust. I lowered my head, not daring to look at her. Sorry to disturb you. Today, Jiang Mengyao only said 2 words, didn't continue. I know what she wanted to say. Today I should be accompanying Zishan for her birthday, not appearing here. This instead reminded me. I stuffed the bouquet into Jiang Menjiao's arms, mumbled one sentence. Happy birthday. Silence stretched. I secretly glanced at her, discovered Jiang Menjiao staring at that bouquet. It's not happy at all. After a long time she curled up a bitter mocking smile. Fujian, it's you who doesn't need me, right? What? I realized her emotions were off. My gaze suddenly fell on the bouquet. My heart sank. It's over, shattered blue ice roses. The flower language is giving her the stars in the sea. C. Shan's favorite is also stars in sea. When I woke up, memories too chaotic. I single-mindedly wanted to find Jiang Menjiao, but overlooked these details. Sorry. Jiang Mengyao's voice was almost stiff. Thank you for your birthday gift. It's getting late. Have the driver take you home. Jiang Mengyao turned to leave. I quickly grabbed her wrist. Wait. Jiang Mengyao also didn't expect this action from me. Didn't retract her foot in time. Fell back into my arms. Soft body accompanied by faint fragrance. Jiang Mengyao staggered to stand up, stared at my fingers, silent for a long time. I gritted my teeth. Stubbornly said, Jiang Menjiao, I am not going back. Her expression was calm. Fujian, this time, how do you want to torment me? This sentence is really hard to answer. In memory, at this time, I and Jiang Menjiao had just married not long. I was in conflict with her. Arguments were almost me unilaterally venting, saying whatever hurtful words, even holiday gifts, deliberately stabbing Jiang Mengyao's heart. I was like the boy who cried wolf, shouting, wolf is coming, too many times. She no longer believes me, recalling the previous life. After the misunderstanding was resolved, my method was quite direct and brutal, pinning her down and that's it. This woman looks cold, but is surprisingly easy to coax. But this method now may not be effective. Moreover, Jiang Mengyao has suffered too much hardship and grievance. I also want to compensate something. Thinking back and forth, I said, I'll treat you to dinner. Jiang Mengyao lowered her eyes, coldly replied, no need. I have work tonight. I shamelessly followed behind her, then ordered takeout. I'll order you a bowl of longevity noodles. Jiang Mengyao didn't say anything. Didn't even pay attention to me. The bouquet was still tightly held in Jiang Mengyao's hand, passing the trash can. I thought she would throw it away without hesitation, but Jiang Menjiao didn't do that. Followed into her office. On the desk, there was a box of cold meal, not touched yet. Tonight, Jiang Menjiao planned to make do like this. My heart inexplicably ached. I opened my phone, ordered her a bowl of longevity noodles, clear broth, less salt, no green onions. Side dish chose tomatoes, beef, and a few vegetable dishes, all non-spicy dishes. In the past, Jiang Mengyao, to please me, every time ordering, chose heavy flavors. Only later did I know her stomach is not good. Too spicy, too oily, too salty, can't eat. After ordering, I sat on the sofa. Didn't know what to say. Seemed like anything said would be wrong. Jiang Menjiao was unwrapping the flower packaging, planning to put in a vase. Those shattered blue ice roses stung my eyes. Without thinking, I stepped forward, snatched the bouquet, threw it into the trash. She was stunned, looking at the blood oozing from her thumb, tiredly sighed. Fujian, have you caused enough trouble? I suppressed the anger in my heart, angry why she was like a clay figure. No resistance at all. No need anymore. If you don't like it, I'll buy another for you. Jiang Mengyao pulled a tissue to press on the wound. Eyes slightly lowered. Self-mocking. Forget it. I ignored Jiang Menjiao, carried the trash to throw away. You wait here, then hurriedly left. Summer evening. Roadside full of street flower sellers. Just that. Compared to bouquets of hundreds or thousands in shops. Quality a bit inferior. I ran through several stalls. Bought all the red roses. Used simple wrapping paper to tie into a bouquet. Just then, the takeout arrived. So carried a bunch of big and small things upstairs. The floor at this time was even more deserted than when I came. The few overtime employees had left. Only Jiang Mengyao's office still had a small light on. I walked lightly, pushed the door in. Jiang Mengyao had her back to me, standing in front of the large window. Lonely silhouette, feeling like an abandoned stray cat. The heavy bouquet and food bumped together. The door made a thud sound. Jiang Mengyao's back stiffened, turned around, abruptly, saw me almost crushed by the pile of things. She seemed not to expect me to return. After a moment of surprise, Jiang Mengyao hurriedly stepped forward. 2 hands received the bouquet. I exhaled, forehead dotted with sweat, but still smiled brightly and said, for you. I bought all the red roses on Jiang Mengyao's delicate face. Appeared a moment of blankness. It's over. Now, she seems not used to the way I treat her. Could it be that I have to scold her to make it work? Seeing Jiang Mengyao about to turn back to eat the cold box meal, I exclaimed, oh. Jiang Mengyao immediately looked over. I caught the flash of tension in her eyes. I leaned on the sofa, tilted my chin, annoyedly said, can't you eat something hot? Seeing you eat box meal makes me annoyed. The next half hour, in the office, my complaining voices kept ringing. Do you know how to eat or not? Such a big piece of beef, don't you see it? Not eating vegetables. Already this big and still picky. What do you think the bowl of noodles is? I bought it for you to admire. After my painstaking persuasion, the hot bowl of noodles was empty. I was afraid Jiang Menjiao wasn't full. Added 2 small steamed buns. and gave her the osmanthus cake I brought for myself. If I persuade like this every day, can I still live? I talked until my throat was dry. Suddenly, a glass of water was handed in front of me. Looked up to see Jiang Menjiao looking at me. Drink some water to clear your throat, then continue scolding. Her expression softened a lot, although her eyes were still calm without light, but at least no longer icy and guarded. I suppressed the impulse to hug Jiang Menjiao, said Jiang Menjiao. From now on, let's live well together. She heard that and looked away, silently cleaned up the bowls and dishes. Didn't directly answer my question. Put on the coat. I'll have the driver take you home. But I just arrived. I said I want to stay a bit longer. But she quickly pushed the door and walked out, like escaping something. Anyway, throwing trash. Doesn't need a CEO like Jiang Menjiao to do. Saying not disappointed is fake. Reincarnated once. Why does this woman feel even harder to deal with? I sat on the sofa, planned the next step. Directly pin her down. Or talk sincerely then pin down. A ringtone suddenly interrupted my thoughts. I absentmindedly answered the call. On the other end was a distant but familiar voice. Brother Jian, where are you? My good mood immediately dropped to the bottom. Remember there was this person. My voice not very enthusiastic. It's you. Exishan's voice was gentle. I've been waiting for you a long time. Didn't you say you'd celebrate birthday with me? Recalling everything from the previous life, my fingers gradually tightened, until the knuckles turned white. Shan, we are friends who grew up together from childhood. Right. Shan noticed I was off. Corrected. Brother Jian. We are family. Family. I repeated these two words, suddenly asked. Don't you have anything to say to me? She was silent for a long time. Sighed. Sorry. I shouldn't have hidden eating cake from you. See? Why the cared for person can carelessly deceive, make demands, joke around, while Jiang Menghao always stands behind enduring everything. My whole body chilled, can't even smile. Today, I have something, can't come over. Happy birthday to you. Hung up. I took a deep breath, heart heavy. Recalled the call Zishan made to me before being kidnapped. Asked where I was. I sank into thought. She was the person I trusted most. But if, from the beginning, that explosion was caused by an acquaintance, lifted my eyes to see Jiang Mengyao standing at the door, profile hidden in the shadows. Couldn't see the expression clearly. I hesitated for a long time, asked, Did you hear everything? Jiang Mengyao's voice carried a calm forcibly suppressed. You go. The car is downstairs. I opened my mouth. I didn't know how to explain the things that will happen. Afraid shed. Think I am crazy. I followed Jiang Menjiao out. Guilt surged. Jiang Mengyao. She only slowed her steps slightly, but didn't turn back. Just now, it was Exishan calling me. I said quickly, Yesterday, I did promise to help her celebrate birthday. But today, I am different. I am from the future. Jiang Mengyao suddenly stopped, turned around. Beautiful eyes covered with a layer of frost. Enough. Jiang Mengyao closed her eyes to suppress emotions. Said, Tonight's dinner was delicious. I'm also very happy that you accompanied me for birthday. I stared at her, saw the deep pain in her eyes. Jiang Mengyao's lips pale. Each word like from a person in extreme pain, tremblingly uttered. So in the end, you still want to find Exishan. I accept, because that's the price to pay. In the previous life, Jiang Menjiao once told me, every time I treat her a little well, have to exchange with greater pain. So Jiang Mengyao doesn't dare to expect anything. Also prepared for me to leave at any time. These words now like knives, stabbing my heart, painful to the core. In the previous life, this day, when I wasn't there, Jiang Mengjiao's dinner was just a cold box meal. No one said happy birthday to her. So Jiang Mengyao went to the hospital gate to wait for me. Jiang Mengyao just wanted to hear me say happy birthday, but I told her not to interfere in my affairs. The farther from me, the better. The belated truth weighed heavily, making me unable to breathe. She looked away. Sorry, I misspoke. It's dark. If you want to go to the hospital, go quickly. I suddenly grabbed Jiang Menjiao's hand, forcefully interlaced 5 fingers with her. Jiang Mengyao stiffened, but didn't pull away. Hoarsely asked, Fujian, what do you want to do? You still feel I haven't lost enough face. I hugged her slim waist tightly, stubbornly said, Wife, don't move. Just 4 short words, like a seal, imprisoning her completely. I lowered my head to kiss Jiang Mengyao's cold lips, hugged her waist, pushed Jiang Menjiao against the wall, carefully comforted her. From initial stiffness to surprise, finally surrendered, closed eyes helplessly. The flawless dress became wrinkled. Jiang Mengyao unconsciously reached out until greedily hugged my back tightly, making 2 people stick closely together. Ceiling lights on then off. Finally, we separated in the dark, foreheads together panting. Jiang Mengyao's voice low, laboriously said, Fujian, don't be like this. I softly asked, You don't like it? Jiang Mengyao was silent for a long time before saying, No, don't tempt me. While I am still sober, go find that person. I softly blew in her ear. Not jealous, not angry. You can rest assured letting me kiss others. Jiang Menjiao seemed stimulated. Suddenly lifted her head to block my lips. I slightly curved my lips, just that the subsequent development was a bit out of control. I suddenly alert, Jiang Mengyao, what are you doing? I mean, go home first. Only heard her imperial sister voice, exuding an aura, not allowing objection. I've given you a chance. You didn't go. Now no more chance. Words just finished. I was pinned by her on the sofa. I thought with Jiang Mengiao's personality, she couldn't do anything too outrageous, but I forgot in the previous life. Jiang Mengiao was a mad person daring to die for me, in her bones a bit wild. Everything exceeded my expectation. Jiang Mengiao's weak, pleading voice drowned in lips and teeth. Fu Jian, pity me a little? I gritted my teeth and hugged her tightly. Jiang Mengiao, I've thought of our children's names. In the previous life, thought for a long time, but never told her. Jiang Mengiao's voice hoarse, softly whispered. Fu Jian, don't say. You don't believe it. Responding to me was boundless silence. She probably doesn't dare to dream of us having children. One boy, one girl. Xiao Ming reserved for you to name. Unexpectedly, the one who just regained reason became the out-of-control one. The door gently closed. Wind lingered outside the large window. Clear moonlight. Separated by a door were whispers. Until midnight. I joked, don't need you anymore. Jiang Menjiao said nothing, hugged me tightly. Asked, don't need me. Who do you want? Jiang Menjiao asked very seriously. I blushed and replied, anyway, not you. She lowered her head. You say doesn't count. That night in Dream, there was Jiang Mengiao's entanglement, also the previous life. Towering flames. I lay in a pool of blood, body tied full of explosives. Jiang Menjiao rushed into the sea of fire to hug me, whole body trembling. I saw her crying, could only weakly raise my hand to push Jiang Mengiao. Jiang Mengiao, I told you to go. Don't touch me. I beg you. The dream was shattered by the crying. The warm feeling vanished in an instant. I fell into darkness, suddenly opened my eyes. My cheeks were soaked. It was a dream, only realized upon waking. Jiang Mengiao had been pushed by me to the edge of the bed. Looking at her expression, I knew I had talked in my sleep. She handed me a tissue, but still sat at distance from me. Fingers also avoided touching me. My heart sank. Jiang Mengiao still misunderstood. I tried to speak. Jiang Mengiao, just now I dreamed. She really listened attentively to me. I was in a big fire, body tied with explosives. You wanted to die with me, so I shouted that sentence. Don't misunderstand. Jiang Mengiao's eyes only lit up for a moment, as if understanding something, then returned to calm. Okay, I believe, said, then covered me with the blanket, held the pillow and went out. I called back. Jiang Menjiao, looking at her back, said, you're lying to me. Jiang Mengiao said nothing. Go then go. I sat on the bed. No intention to explain. No wonder people say young people are stubborn. Jiang Menjiao, 5 years younger, is indeed obstinate, no longer as cute as in the previous life. After a period of silence, the bed behind sank. Jiang Mengiao sighed. Sleep. If you want to hug, then sleep. She obediently burrowed into my arms. The night is still very long, but I looked at the endless night, no longer sleepy. Since reincarnated, too much information in my head tangled into a mess. The kidnapper once dealt with Jiang Mengiao, was a bankrupt company boss. The accident that happened to Xi Shan that year was my second uncle's conspiracy to drive a wedge between me and Jiang Menjiao. These things I learned in the last year of the previous life. My whereabouts were always well protected, but in the end still kidnapped. How did the other party know? The only possibility was the call from Zishan to me, even the final moment before death. Jiang Mengiao once said, thank you Zishan. Without her, I couldn't find you. The involved are confused. Looking back now, Zishan, the childhood friend I trusted most for over 10 years. What role did she play in this? Due to last night's insomnia, the next morning my head was a bit dizzy. Slept in until afternoon. Clearly she thought of the possibility I'd be hungry when waking. Lunch was neatly arranged on the table. The house extremely clean. Everything orderly. After simple face washing, ate brunch. I went to Jiang Mengiao's study, unusually quiet. Computer was on video conference. Sun setting. Gentle light from the large window shone in. Fell on Jiang Mengiao's coldly stunning face. Softened her innate coldness. My heart trembled. Really more captivating, the more I look. Jiang Mengiao's observation ability always sharp. Almost as soon as I opened the door, she looked up. Seeing my attire, she suddenly stunned. I unnaturally coughed a few times. Sat opposite Jiang Menjiao. Opened the phone. Discovered Xi Shan called me 5 times. Sent over a dozen messages, all in the middle of the night. At that time, I must have been groggy, but not woken by the phone ring. Could it be? I pondered, looking at Jiang Menjiao, her eyes focused, as if not noticing my existence. Keep pretending. I lingered in her sight. Jiang Mengiao's voice suddenly halted. After a brief pause, that's it for today, said, then ended the meeting. She leaned slightly on the director's chair, willow eyebrows slightly furrowed. Fujian, it's a bit cold. I smiled and draped the coat over Jiang Mengiao. Last night, still called Brother Jian. Now it's Fujian. CEO, Jiang, did my phone ring last night? Jiang Menjiao calmly lowered her eyes. Am not sure. I stepped over the desk, lifted her chin. Really? Although Jiang Menjiao hit it well, to me. She's just a young girl. She seriously reminded. Fujian, it's work hours now. If not for the slightly disordered breathing. I really thought Jiang Mengiao was ascetic. I lightly kissed her. Want more? She was silent for a while. Frankly said, want. I kissed again. I'll wait in the next room for you to finish work. Go home together. Entered the room. I received another call from Xi Shan. The voice on the other end hoarse. Heavy nasal tone. Seemed like didn't sleep all night. Brother Jian. I discharged from hospital. I was stunned. How did you discharge like that? Her voice sank. No more treatment if can't recover. I choose to let go. I want to live peacefully with you. I frowned, voice a bit cold. We no longer have that possibility. I've married. Xe Shan angrily said, then what should I do? Our commitment, what do you see it as? Is it because my face is ruined? You don't like me anymore? I wanted to say but stopped. It was you who said only breaking up. The company would support you. You could go further. Xia Shan still wouldn't give up. Voice softened, but brother Jian, you promised to wait for me. I sighed. Then how long should I wait? You clearly had countless opportunities, but made me wait forever. My second uncle is someone who stops at nothing for goals. Parents abandoned me at the Fu family since birth. Each settled abroad, started new families. I am just a pawn of the Fu family. When Zishan shone on the big screen, I was already cornered by second uncle. That night, I called her all night. Xe Shan turned off. The next day, I saw her first kiss on screen. Heart went cold. Accepted second uncle's proposal. It was Xe Shan on the phone asking me, you, perhaps like Jiang Mengyao. I without hesitation. I love her. A few days later, Si Shan no longer messaged me. I thought a lot. To catch the one who harmed me in previous life. Must borrow Jiang Mengyao's power. First step is to make her accept my reincarnation. Lest she locks me in a mental hospital. I propped my hands. Lay prone in front of Jiang Menjiao. Spoke passionately. This is already the third reincarnation novel that I read to her this month. Jiang Menjiao listened very attentively. If you like, I can invest to turn into TV series. It's me who likes. Important is do you like? Jiang Menjiao sighed. If you like, then I like. I wouldn't let go, held hand like Mike. You say your feelings. Jiang Menjiao was silent. Recently, she and I live more harmoniously. Jiang Menjiao indulged me a lot. Almost whatever I want, but always felt something separating. I seriously pulled chair to sit in front of her. Jiang Menjiao, I think it's time to tell you the truth. Jiang Menjiao put down chopsticks, assumed attentive listening pose. You speak. I started with deep grudge look. Actually, I am also a reincarnated person. Silence stretched. Jiang Menjiao slightly raised eyebrow, lips pursed tight. Jiang Menjiao wanted to laugh. I pointed at her. As expected, you don't believe. Her lips curved up, then pressed down. Continue, brother Jian. I believe. I resolutely risked dropping defenses, told all previous life matters. She like looking at a child telling story. Thought this is my new trick. Gradually willow eyebrows furrowed tight. I knew I said right. The one who stabbed me surnamed Fang, perhaps your company employee, later went out to start own company. Of course now is 5 years ago. I also don't know where he is. Also my second uncle participated. Finally, be careful a bit. Words not finished. Interrupted by a shrill ring. I and Jiang Mengyao simultaneously saw the name on phone screen. San. Due to my oversight, Xe Shan's nickname not yet changed to full name. Jiang Mengyao's expression froze, returned a cold look, stood up carrying plate away. Ill-washed dishes. That feeling came again. Is she deliberately avoiding, or is afraid? I gritted teeth, held phone, followed her to kitchen. Jiang Mengyao back to the door, turned on faucet. I pressed speaker. Ce Shan's familiar voice from speaker. Brother Jian, perhaps this is the last time I call you. Besides voice, also whistling wind. I immediately tensed. Where are you? Her voice very light. I am on the rooftop of the high school teaching building. Brother Jian, remember, the day parents abandoned me. Said the Fu family isn't sincere to you either. Later we can be family. At 16, I once wanted to jump from the rooftop. It was you who stopped me. Her voice very light, also carried some regret. Now you don't need me anymore. I feel no reason to live. My head buzzed, turned to grab coat and put on. Si Shan, don't be rash. You wait for me. It'll come right away. Hung up. I turned back. Discovered Jiang Mengyao still back to me, standing by the sink, as if heard nothing, only rushing water sound. I anxiously rushed in. You're silly, not changing clothes for what? She was pulled staggering by me, enchanting eyes stunned looking at me. Change clothes. I nodded. Me going alone, what's that? I've married. I irritably took out phone, said quickly. Jiang Menjiao, I give you 10 seconds to take off apron. Xe Shan, she's crazy. Kids not yet dismissed evening. She jumps in front of people, then what? Jiang Menjiao already neatly at door, changed. I stunned. You're fast. Police already at scene, and instructed me not to talk to Sishan anymore, with some hope dangling. She temporarily won't do anything dangerous, and at this moment, just in time for the students in the school to evacuate. We quickly arrived at the scene. Strong wind on the rooftop. Couldn't dispel the summer heat. The school campus silent as a sheet. Police stood 5 meters from Xe Shan, not daring to approach. I was pulled by police to the rooftop. Mr. Fu, she insists on seeing you. You help us stall a bit. The rescue team is coming soon. I glanced at Jiang Menjiao. She was blocked outside the cordon, nodded to me. I took a deep breath, climbed the stairs, called. Zishan, the figure sitting on the rooftop edge slightly moved, turned head revealing the burned, ruined face. Brother Jian, to you came. Looking at her, I was momentarily dazed. Seems like I haven't seen her for a long time. In previous life, after resolving misunderstanding with Jiang Mengyao, we visited her a few times. Xe Shan showed strong resistance. Perhaps a person hated for many years suddenly discovers the culprit isn't that person. Also hard to let go of hatred. Moreover, after that Jiang Mengyao was surrounded by enemies. Tense situation. I only stayed at home. didn't dare go out. Counting previous and this life, probably over a year not met. Xe Shan come down first. Okay. Ce Shan ignored me, but just looked at me like that. Sorry. Her eyes directed to Jiang Menjiao standing waiting for me in the crowd. Softly said, you said right. I am too extreme. You made it clear before marriage. After this, only see me as family. It's me too greedy. I recalled those years. I and Xe Shan relied on each other through chaotic youth. She was bullied by thugs. I protected her. Took beatings for Zi Shan. I was chased out by second uncle. She braved rain at night with umbrella to bring me back. In a moment, I suddenly wavered. Is she really the one who killed me? Xe Shan smiled. You promised every year celebrate birthday with me. You sing a happy birthday song. I'll come down. Okay, I'll sing. The wind gradually quieted. The birthday song on the night rooftop echoed slowly, but when singing this song, I thought again. That day seems I didn't sing for Jiang Menjiao. Have to make up when back. Finished singing. Xe Shan stood up from the rooftop edge. Faced me. Thank you. Many years you haven't sung for me. Very good. Her voice very light. I want to ask you one more question. You ask, do you still love me? I was silent for a long time, then said, you're my family. From the moment you stood on stage, it was so. Xe Shan's deep eyes looked to the crowd, as if facing Jiang Menjiao. Wind on rooftop blew, making me a bit cold. I said, let's go back. Okay. Si Shan retracted her gaze, smiled at me. Brother Jian, I love you, said then. She spread arms, fell backward into endless night. That moment time seemed to stop. My whole body bled like frozen. Right after, I rushed to the rooftop edge, but only grasped empty air. I dazedly looked at the dark ground, mind blank. Seams heard a thud. Legs went. Soft knelt on ground. Xe Shan just died like that. So did I wrongly blame Xe Shan? People say humans are very sensitive. And she known for many years. Si Shan noticed I distanced her. So, does that mean I killed her? My whole body chilled, dazed sitting there, body non-stop trembling. Suddenly, a pair of warm hands from behind hugged my waist. Familiar fragrance at this moment like a life-saving straw. I tightly grasped Jiang Menjiao's hand, said, I killed her. Jiang Menjiao hugged me. She didn't die. Police already set up air mattress below. Caught her. I closed eyes for a long time, only gradually sobered. When a person really dies because of your action, self-blame like a mountain crushing you. Jiang Menjiao's voice hoarse. Only some scratches. Already sent to hospital. If you want to go, I can take you. My voice raspy. No, I want to stay with you. I and Jiang Menjiao, back to car. Outside window, police withdrawing in waves. Later someone will take us to hospital. Because Xe Shan has no family. I exhausted, said to Jiang Menjiao. Before coming, I had one sentence not said to you. I suspect Si Shan also participated. Jiang Menjiao took a deep breath. Brother Jian, if not, then what? If she's innocent, will you choose her or me? When she asked this, I truly relieved. All this time, Jiang Menjiao always assumed she's the one not chosen. But Fu Jian of 5 years later, each time firmly chose Jiang Menjiao. I seriously looked at her. Do you remember when Xe Shan debuted? We weren't together yet. At that time, I already broke up with Zi Shan, if have to say. My feelings for Zi Shan seem very complex. We together, through chaotic youth, stepped into cruel society. Compared to that, the love component is very little. I bent fingers counting for Jiang Menjiao. Debuted acting. Fame growing. By the time I married you, we had broken up over a year. I admit, initially hated you a lot, like hating second uncle. Hated those not allowed but entered my life. Just then, Xe Shan on way to dine with investor. Had car accident. Driver was your person. I saw you as second uncle. Malicious person. Not because like Zishan that I hated you. I don't like Zishan. Just dislike those who casually ruin others' future. Jiang Menjiao softly held my hand. Sorry, it was my fault. I didn't consider carefully. I kissed her forehead. No, I said, it's second uncle's issue. You didn't wrong at all. Who dares scold you? I'll argue with that person. Jiang Menjiao, silent a while, said, thank you. Thank what? First time someone defends for you. Hearing that, I felt guilty again. Jiang Menjiao's family few mentioned in the circle. She really has no one protecting. Jiang Menjiao seriously looked at me. Tell how you started liking me. Night very dark, but I clearly saw her eyes. I slowly spoke. Once you got drunk, came home, kicked the scarf. I knitted for the dog, sat on floor midnight, studied how to knit scarf for it. I called you to sleep. You said the dog without scarf will be cold in winter. So I thought, a person who cares if dog is cold, perhaps not malicious enough to harm people. Actually, there's one more thing. I haven't told you. That night, Jiang Menjiao talked in sleep, said Brother Jian. I am cold too. Just I midnight up for water. Heard. Heart suddenly softened. Felt you also very pitiful. Lonely no one loves. Jiang Menjiao listened engrossed. Our home will raise dog. I nodded. 3 years. Later, my birthday. You gave me a dog. Said I am too busy. Often, not home. Let it accompany me. I happily bent fingers counting. Calculate now, it must be old dog somewhere. Not yet reincarnated. Our dog very smart. Teach anything knows immediately. I even suspect it didn't drink Meng Po soup, said half sentence. I suddenly halted. Jiang Menjiao dazed. What's wrong? I blankly held Jiang Menjiao's hand, said, Si Shan, she's like me. Like what? On rooftop. I frowned tighter. When Shishan jumped, she said to me, many years. I haven't sung happy birthday for her. But last year I organized birthday for her. Jiang Mengjiao narrowed eyes. Immediately understood. You mean? Blood rushed to my head, feeling like needles behind back, according to her. She waited for me to sing happy birthday many years. So only one explanation. I and Jiang Mengjiao looked at each other. Both saw doubt in others' eyes. At the hospital half-hour later, doctor said someone already took Sishan away. Asked more they used, cannot disclose patient info. Refused us. This situation. Hard to believe Shan unrelated. On way back, I non-stop thought one issue. You say did she deliberately jump just now? Jiang Mengyao's eyes drifting. Normally, at not high floor, police will set air mattress. If me, it'd have 100% confidence jump without dying. I pondered looking at Jiang Mengyao's profile. So what do you think her psychology is? She softly hummed. Deceive your sympathy, just to make you lean to her side. This really first time in 2 lives. Jiang Mengjiao said such sour words to me. I pursed lips, nodded seriously. Understood. Jiang Mengyao dryly said, women understand women best. I didn't expose, but looked at scenery passing. Outside window, sank into thought. Warned Jiang Mengyao 5 years in advance to prevent who. Things shouldn't be worse. Recall previous life she regardless rushed into sea of fire. Hugged me. My heart ached again. How can not be moved? Good treatment to people will be seen. Going back and forth on road several hours. Back home sky already late. Jiang Ma already left. Living room no light. Jiang Mengyao just about to reach. I suddenly rushed over. Pushed her down on sofa. Jiang Mengyao's clothes disheveled. Hoarsely. What do you want? I close to her ear. Softly said. Jiang Mengyao, I love you. Jiang Mengyao's breath immediately disordered. Who knew one, I love you, has such lethality? I grinned. I love you is joking. Like feather tickling your heart. Ignite fire. Spread to sea. I felt under palm. Heartbeat gradually accelerating, so softened voice. Wife, I love you. Right after my lips blocked by Jiang Mengjiao, her unprecedented passion locked me in corner. Couldn't refuse but endure her love. Those hands like caressing treasure brushed my cheek. I smiled, asked, thought of kid's name, yet. Jiang Mengjiao, emotional hard to suppress. Hugged me, said, Brother Jian, I am yours. After bathing, I took advantage while hugging her to grope around. Took all advantages. Jiang Mengjiao like a gentle cat. Seems forever doesn't know anger. Brother Jian, I softly, once, when newly married. You promised to take me to watch movie. Result next day stomach ache, cancelled. Go hospital. Was to meet her. To me that was long ago. I recalled a bit. Seems unrelated to Zishan. The day before Jiang Mengjiao had someone send a small cake. Plus I had gastritis. Went hospital for infusion. Got medicine, then home to lie. Down, but hearing Jiang Mengjiao's tone not quite right. I immediately no longer sleepy. Crawled up to sit. Jiang Mengjiao slightly surprised then said, Sorry. I sat cross-legged. You don't apologize yet. I am not angry. I am just curious. Why you think I went to meet Xishan? Logically, with Jiang Mengyao's ability, can easily grasp my itinerary, naturally would know. I was half dead infusing in hospital, but she didn't check. Jiang Mengyao, after brief silence, honestly confessed. I saw Xishan's moments. I frowned. Isn't she not like posting moments? 4 eyes met. Both saw doubt in others' eyes. Jiang Mengjiao took phone to show me. When I saw her moments content, my mind buzzed. August 9. Today, Brother Jian said will organize birthday for me. Thank my lover. August 1. Tasted food Brother Jian made himself. Still the old flavor. I frantically scrolled back to half year ago. A movie released. Waiting for Brother Jian. Exactly the day I had gastritis. Opened my phone. See Shan's moments empty. These contents only visible to Jiang Mengjiao. But in reality, after marriage, I had little contact with her. At most hospital called for fees. Or doctor needs to adjust treatment plan, then I appear. I really saw her as old friend. But she behind back. Time after time hurt my loved one. I angry to headache. Only believe that. No single photo of me in there. Jiang Mengyao lowered eyes looking at empty moments on my phone. Something in eyes gradually lit up. Brother Jian. I don't dare not believe. She repeatedly opened and closed. Like confirming something. Or just unconscious action seeing light. I am afraid to find out. You and she really sat in cinema. If so, I'd rather not know. I both. Angry and heartbroken. She asked me a sentence. Also only half. Suddenly stopped. Yes, she didn't dare ask. At that time, I casually scolded Jiang Mengyao, afraid the answer received. Not better than her guess much. I was wrong. I hugged the aggrieved little wife in arms, eyes stinging. Sorry. From now on, won't lose temper with you. Jiang Mengjiao softly smiled. Ill forever, not angry with you. Just don't say, don't need me. That night, the last barrier between us disappeared. I suspect Jiang Mengyao has some masochistic tendency. One day not scolded. Whole body uncomfortable. Morning of first day of autumn, I called. Jiang Mengyao, you want to die tired of company? Let me send you a workaholic flag. On phone, Jiang Mengyao's sexy voice, covered with thick silk scarf, slightly nasal, smiled, said, I can still hold on. Last midnight, Jiang Mengyao had high fever, whole body burning. I called family doctor, gave fever reducer. Half coaxed, half forced her to drink, then brought small basin to wipe her body, until near dawn. Fever subsided. I wrote light menu for Jiang Ma, for Jiang Mengyao to eat when wake, who knew just open eyes 10 o'clock. Jiang Mengyao went to work, perhaps due to previous life shadow. I especially pay attention to her safety. Simple breakfast done. Brought porridge Jiang Ma cooked. Hurried to her company. Secretary saw me immediately tense, stood up. CEO, Jiang is in office. Not convenient to meet guests. No problem, you'll wait a bit, said, then sat on sofa outside playing phone. Gradually I heard Jiang Menjiao talking to someone. Tone cold and sharp, unprecedented. I gave you chance. You didn't grasp. CEO, Jiang, you clearly deliberately made me err. Jiang Mengyao softly laughed. So what? You don't reason at all. I am a business person. Only know benefits. Never reason with others. I propped chin, listened attentively. Secretary scared to death. Door suddenly flung open. A middle-aged man angrily rushed out. When passing, casually glanced at me. I stunned. Boss Fang isn't the one who stabbed me in previous life. Could it be Jiang Mengyao started action 10 years earlier? Truly fast actor. Secretary, sweating profusely, yelled, CEO Jiang, Mr. Lin came. I came to senses, carried lunchbox in. Jiang Menjiao sat by window, gently smiled at me. Noon I'll go back. I placed meal on her table, sat opposite. The one just now is the one I mentioned last time. Stabbed me. Jiang Menjiao's beautiful eyes covered with ice. Concise said, leave to me. Then lowered head ate attentively. Timing just right. Porridge still warm. She really well-mannered. Even eating. Pleasing to eye. Seeing, I still looking at her. Jiang Mengyao paused. You want to eat with me? Want. In her dazed eyes. I leaned to kiss her lips. One bowl of porridge thus robbed clean by me. Jiang Menjiao blushed, reproachingly looked at me. 2 lives entangled many years. Recently just have passionate love feeling. Time flies. Blink to late autumn. Si Shan seems disappeared from my life. Phone number cancelled. Cut all contact. Occasionally see students dismissing. I still recall the past. Intuition tells me. Things won't end simply. Jiang Menjiao became very busy. Early out, late back. Sometimes I recall previous life. She was like this. Work never ends. Sir. 10 o'clock. Sleep early. I sat cross-legged on carpet, beside piled new buys. Ill wait a bit more. Calculate. 1 week not seen her face. Tonight suddenly want to wait for Jiang Mengyao. Weather gradually cold. I ran to mall. Bought Jiang Menjiao a winter set. Camel plaid scarf. Wool coat. And fluffy glove pair she likes, as a bit childish, when putting in wardrobe. Suddenly heard phone vibrate in coat pocket. Pulled out to see. Is an email. I took photo, sent message to her. Deliberately teased. Wife. Why a phone I don't know. She used to my sudden jokes. Replied. For work. Forgot to bring. Help me open to see. Don't let it be love letter someone sent. Ill. Make a fuss. Interface appeared. Is a medical report. I squinted to zoom. X-E-Unin. Skull fracture and cerebral hemorrhage. This person hit by something on head. Below is death report. Work accident. So pitiful. Jiang Mengyao heard. Put phone back. Later I back. Kitchen has heated meal for you. I stuffed phone back. Pulled wrapping paper. Planned to wrap new clothes as surprise gift for her. Brother Zhou Jun called teasing me. Before hated her to death. Fu Jian, you changed heart. I laughed. Before blind. Can't I? Can. When you cooperate open studio with me. No not. Your design's now one hard to get. I hesitated a bit. Wait a bit more. You just stay with your sister Menjiao. I admit want to be with her more. If we do, but nothing changes. We end up dying together. Then truly cherish every day. Jiang Mengyao on time home. The living room only left small light for her. Clay pot still warm. Jiang Mengyao like cat rushed into my arms. Brother Jian. I helplessly hugged her. Hug tight. Don't fall. In bedroom. I prepare gift for you. In bedroom is a huge clumsily wrapped gift box. This is birthday makeup gift for you. You open to see. Jiang Mengyao lowered eyes. Eyes showed surprise. Said, Brother Jian, thank you. Her hand on gift box. Hesitated long. I have something to discuss with you. You say. She stuttered. Finally said, we perhaps need to separate a while. I stunned few seconds. Reacted. Slowly confirmed each word. You want to divorce me. Jiang Mengyao's eyes flashed struggle. Just about to speak. I jumped up. I'll go eat. Jiang Mengyao pulled me back. Fu Jian, hear me finish, okay? Her eyes about to tear. You have to act a play with me. What play? Jiang Menjiao straight to point. Xi Yunin is Xi Shan's father. Email you just saw. Said her father died in site accident. That project. Many years ago, cooperation between your second uncle and my father. I suddenly recalled the day to rooftop find Xi Shan. She stood there. Wind blew white dress like swollen sail. I called. Xi Shan, what are you doing? She turned. Beautiful face full despair. My family dead. I know family left. At that time, shocked by her family change. Carefully approached. Gave her an ice cream. I also know family. You see how I am. You see? This is Mark they locked me in toilet beat. Second uncle only scold me cause trouble. Not care me. Xi Shan lowered look at my bruised arm. Took ice cream. Jumped down from stair edge. Asked, your second uncle name what? Fu Huaishi. Si Shan slowly raised eyes. Is Fu Huaishi of Fu group? I nodded. She used an unprecedented serious gaze. Looking at my face, she said, "Rest assured. From now on, we are family." I immersed myself in memories. It wasn't until many years later that I suddenly understood the meaning of that gaze. Perhaps before knowing my second uncle's name, Exi-shan truly wanted to treat me as family, but my relationship with the Fu family became the loophole for her to pave the way for revenge. She spent many years telling me, family will never betray. If family is hurt, it must be repaid 1,000-fold. But Zi Shan's initial promise was woven from deception. Jiang Mengyao said, "Fu Jian, I can see that Exi-shan truly likes you. You said in your previous life, you were harmed to death by someone. Exi-shan had a part in it, perhaps because you chose. So, are you continuing to stay by my side as a gamble? You have nothing to do with the Fu family. Ce-shan must know this. So as long as you stay away from me, I will bear all future dangers alone." I slowly shook my head. "Impossible. I won't divorce. Don't you know? In our previous life, we already had a child." Jiang Menjiao paused upon hearing this. "If I can't even protect my wife and child, am I still a man?" "Jiang Mengyao, I can act with you, but I can't divorce." A few weeks later, the media reported that the famous female entrepreneur Jiang Mengyao suspected marital discord, divorced her husband. On the same day, photos of me carrying belongings leaving the villa were posted online by netizens. My buddy Zhou Jun saw me hugging a pile of big and small items, moving into his apartment. He was overjoyed. "Big shot. You finally decided to build a career with me." I had a cold face. "A few days ago, you were still calling Mengyao little sister. Tell me quickly, what happened?" Facing his curious shining eyes, I said gloomily, "She smeared jam on my blanket, and you divorced over that. What are you planning next? Live alone?" On the third day, I received a call from my second uncle. "Jian, come home tomorrow night." I held the phone and smiled. "Second uncle, why suddenly think of me? You've divorced. Family can't let you suffer out there. Taking the opportunity to host a party, find someone for you. You're really quick with the news. Are you coming or not?" "Definitely on time." Hung up. Zhou Jun looked at me worriedly. "Didn't you already cut ties with your parents? The Fu family's matters have nothing to do with you. Blood is thicker than water. If I don't get involved, I'm afraid someone always wants to harm me." That night, I pushed open the door of the Fu family in a neat suit. The banquet hall was filled with toasts. As soon as I stepped in, eyes from all around immediately focused on me. People started whispering, "Is this the young master of the Fu family? No reputation at all. Parents don't care. Who can he rely on? Climbed a high branch of wealth. Saves at least a dozen years of struggle." I squeezed through the crowd, turned a corner, and heard a familiar voice. "Long time no see." Following the voice, I looked over. Jiang Menjiao was holding a wine glass, standing in the crowd, smiling brightly. She always stands out. Hearing that Jiang Mengyao divorced, many bosses surrounded her like at a fair, layer upon layer around her. Everyone noticed me. The chatter stopped abruptly. "President Jiang, why not rekindle the old flame?" Jiang Menjiao coldly glanced at me, withdrew her gaze. "No need. We have no relation anymore." I casually took a champagne glass from the waiter and walked over. Passers-by automatically made way, afraid we'd fight and get implicated. Jiang Mengyao's gaze stopped on me. Briefly, then she forgot her lines. I smiled and said, "Just a greeting." "President Jiang, mind if I do?" Jiang Mengyao was startled, reluctantly looked at me and said, "No problem." I set down the glass and turned to leave, pushed open the door to the balcony, wanted to breathe fresh air. Who knew there was already someone on the balcony, and someone I know? Si-shan, she was leaning on the railing, her burned face hidden in the shadows. Only half her beautiful face remained. "Fu Jian, long time no see." I halted my steps. "Long time no see." She smiled faintly. "Why so distant with me?" I tried to ease the tension, took a deep breath. "Why would you think that? I haven't even asked you. Where did you disappear to? You even blocked my number. You're really something. Just like before?" I playfully patted her shoulder. Suddenly, the light outside the door was blocked by someone. Glancing over, Jiang Mengyao casually leaned by the window, indifferently looking over. The side with Exi-shan was completely in darkness. "I went for surgery." "Surgery?" She slightly leaned forward. The dim light illuminated her face. The burned skin had recovered quite a bit. "Do I look like before?" I stared at her blankly. After a long time, I said, "Yes." Then I stepped back, widened the distance. "I am happy for you." "Really?" The door was suddenly pushed open. Second uncle led a group of guests in. "Let me introduce to everyone. My nephew, Fu Jian. Beside him is the new actress signed with our company, Si-shan. They've known each other since childhood. This party, actually, I also want to settle their lifelong matter." Crowded around, guests competed to flatter, surrounding me and Exi-shan tightly. I frowned. "Second uncle." Exi-shan hooked her arm through mine, smiled and said, "Second uncle, rest assured. From now on, I'll take good care of Fu Jian." I was stunned, saw her gripping very tightly, like an octopus hard to shake off. Fortunately, after a short half-minute, and she let go of me, comfortably chatted with the guests. My mood was complicated. Waited until Zi-shan finished talking. I asked, "Since when did you get so close with my second uncle?" Exi-shan leisurely adjusted her hair, only when recognized by the Fu family. "Can I marry you?" Before, I had other plans, but your divorce saved me a lot of trouble. Looking at her face, I only felt an unfamiliar terror. Exie Shan smiled. What? Don't recognize me? Feel I am not like the Exie Shan in your heart. In the past, I saw Zishan smiling brightly like sunshine. Someone from the same world as me. But looking back now, it seems I was wrong. She advanced step by step, forcing me to retreat gradually. Finally, my back touched the glass door. Fu Jian. I've always been like this. Her smile stretched. Under the dim light, somewhat ferocious. Originally, I wouldn't let you off either, but I love you, as long as you come back. Well, be like before. You surely don't want like in the previous life. To die together with Jiang Mengyao. It really is her. I gritted my teeth. My hand on the door lightly pressed. The door opened. Cheerful violin music sounded. The light immediately brightened. Sishan, this time I won't let you have your way. Until stepping into the crowd. I just realized I was sweating coldly. I slowly leaned against the stairs. Following memories, went up to the second floor. At the end of the hallway was the room I once stayed in. I wanted to go in and rest a bit. Almost as soon as I pushed the door, I was pushed down onto the bed by a soft figure. A familiar fragrance assaulted me. Jiang Mengyao's soft imperial sister voice sounded by my ear, with a hint of alcohol. Where did she touch you? The shoulder. A tooth mark immediately imprinted. On my shoulder, after a long time, I softly asked, Are you jealous? Jiang Mengyao's voice low, jealous enough for a vat. Won't let anyone touch you. No one is allowed. Saying that, she intended to bite my neck. I pushed her away. Have to go downstairs later. What if there's a tooth mark on the neck? Seeing Jiang Menjiao frown, clearly not convinced, I raised my eyebrow. They'll say I just divorced, and already seamlessly connected. Jiang Mengyao, do you want to hear such rumors? She was silent. She wouldn't want that. I stroked her hair, then restrain yourself a bit. Si Shan has allied with my second uncle. Even guessed my situation. Guarded against your plans too. Are you sure? Fu Jian, if the Fu family collapses because of this, what will you do? So that's what she was worried about. I held Jiang Mengyao's hand. My parents had a business marriage. They hated each other. The year I was born, they left me with second uncle, settled abroad. Second uncle saw me as a tool to pull power for the family. If not for you, I might have died unjustly. So don't worry about me. I hooked her pinky, saw that Jiang Mengyao at some point had put the wedding ring back on. My heart warmed. If the Fu family really collapses, that's also the price second uncle has to pay. The following months, I returned to normal life. After all, after growing up, I didn't take a single penny from the Fu family, entirely relied on part-time jobs and scholarships to live. Design had some achievements, except being forced back by second uncle. Arranged blind dates with Exie Shan. My life was considered peaceful. Zhou Jun was extremely dissatisfied. You've already cut ties. Why still obey obediently? I didn't explain. Si Shan knows my situation. If I don't follow her wishes, she'll incite second uncle to make trouble for Jiang Menjiao. So before Jiang Mengyao takes down both, must maintain stability. Moreover, Si Shan let me choose the dating location. I chose a bustling downtown area during the day, considered safe. Zhou Jun likes watching TV. Lately, Jiang Mengyao often appears on finance channels. He scolds every time he sees her. Fu Jian, if you remarry, you have to let me check out the wife. He held the remote, shaking like Parkinson's, pointing at Jiang Menjiao's face, shrieking, This kind of woman, you can tell at a glance she's no good. If I let you marry her, it'll stand on my head and eat shit. I lifted my head from the pile of drawings, awkwardly said, Buddy, don't say it so absolutely. Leave some leeway. Fine, it'll drag you to eat with me. Because Zhou Jun strongly opposed. I had to meet Jiang Mengyao secretly. Midwinter, there was a big snowfall. I wore a thick sweater, carrying a trash bag, stepped out from the stairs. Jiang Mengyao's car was parked downstairs. It was cold, yet she stood outside the car waiting for me, wearing the wool coat I bought, wrapped in the scarf I chose. I quickly walked over. Jiang Mengyao happily threw herself into my arms. I quickly coaxed, Keep it down a bit. Let's get in the car first. Jiang Mengyao, full of doubt. Why? I explained. My buddy now thinks you're a super big green tea bitch. I pulled her into the car like a thief. The surroundings plunged into darkness. Only the streetlight not far away, casting shadows on the white snow. I wore a thick fur coat, rummaged in my pocket for a long time. Pulled out a lollipop. For you. Jiang Mengyao smiled and accepted my gift. I already have a lot. You don't like it. I reached out to snatch it back. She quickly withdrew it. Thank you. I like it a lot. Actually, she and I don't have many common topics, but we always have endless things to say. I smiled, leaning on Jiang Menjiao. My buddy said, If I remarry and dare to marry someone like you, he will. Those words are too vulgar. I was embarrassed to say them, skipped over them. Anyway, it's something very disgusting. I sighed. I can already imagine him beating me up. Jiang Mengyao burst into laughter, then held my hand. Or you can switch to someone else. I pushed her. Jiang Mengyao, what nonsense are you saying? Jiang Mengyao lowered her eyes, silently held my hand. I don't know what's been going on lately. I keep having nightmares. Every time. I dream of Jiang Mengyao telling me to live well alone. Fu Jian, I am saying if. She paused. If one day I suddenly leave you. Before finishing the sentence, I interrupted her. We won't separate. I kissed Jiang Menjiao's hair, sighed. Never separate forever. The next morning, I stepped out of the bedroom with dark circles under my eyes. Zhou Jun, with a meat bun in his mouth. Last night, I saw you get into a luxury car. I remained silent. He glared. Right, eating old grass. Humiliated by your ex-wife. Huh. Look at you. Useless, I explained. It's not like that. She's very good. He covered his ears. Stop. If I hear you say good things about her one more time, I'll throw you out. I gave up struggling, held the bowl, and took a sip of soy milk. Puffed cheeks, staring blankly at my buddy. Swallow it. Your mind is running after women. Can't even eat properly. I spat out the whole mouthful. Already rushed to the door, starting to put on my coat, his face full of soy milk. Cursing loudly, are you sick? My face pale. Jiang Menjiao is pregnant. What does her pregnancy have to do with you? My buddy suddenly stopped. Voice shrill. Yours. He immediately fell silent. A few minutes later, we jumped into a taxi. Yesterday, when Jiang Mengiao came to find me, her complexion wasn't great. Didn't like eating lollipops either. It's all my carelessness. Her first pregnancy, I don't know what to do, but in the previous life, I've seen it. This girl is clearly pregnant. At this moment, Xi Shan called. Fu Jian, where are you? I just remembered I have a date with her today. Sorry, I have an urgent matter. Where? Send me the address. Zhou Ju knows I don't like her. Snatched the phone, hung up directly. Hanging up is good too. Safe. I sighed and said, you keep it secret for me. I am afraid if the Fu family knows. He would ask, but you've divorced. Maybe she'll find a stepfather for the child. The radio news played in the taxi. We listened for a while. Silent. The Fu family is in trouble, revealed this morning. Involved in a serious construction site accident from long ago. The Jiang family, partners at the time, also implicated. Zhou Jun looked at me worriedly. I shook my head. It's fine. I didn't expect Jiang Mengao to act so quickly. Other scandals of the Fu family were continuously exposed, like straws piling on the camel, just waiting for the last one. The camel will collapse. Remembering in the previous life, second uncle was the mastermind, incited boss Fang to cause that explosion. My long-suspended heart gradually settled a bit. This time 10 years earlier, Jiang Menjiao's company is at its peak. Second uncle's career hasn't grown to a terrifying level. Probably nothing will happen anymore. Today the road has few cars. The driver drove very steadily. Halfway through the journey, my eyelids heavy, so I leaned on Zhou Jun to rest a bit. Wake me when we arrive. Didn't hear his reply. I already passed out. After a long time, a voice came from afar. Fu Jian, hurry and open your eyes for me. The piercing sound of metal scraping woke me from sleep. I only felt my limbs heavy. Slowly opened my eyes. It was concrete steel pipes and Zhou Jun leaning against them. Wind blew through. The strong smell of industrial oil and sand assaulted. I dazedly crawled up from the ground. Zhou Jun struggled to kick his feet. Behind him, creaking sounds. Thank heavens. Hurry and come untie me. Realizing he and I were in an unfamiliar place and tied up by someone, I quickly walked over, squatted down and saw thick ropes binding him. Familiar memories flooded back. I jerked my head up to look around. Cold sweat immediately broke out. Isn't this the abandoned factory where I died unjustly in the previous life? The rope tied in a dead knot. Can't untie, can only grind against steel. Sounds echoed through the building. Zhou Jun cursed. Dare to kidnap me. I think they don't want to live anymore. The rope ground forever without wearing. He exhausted, leaned against the stone slab. Fu Jian, stop struggling. They tied me. Didn't tie you, means the target is my family, while no one's here. You hurry and run. Report to the police. I smiled bitterly. Sorry. This time, I am afraid I've implicated you. What do you mean? Before finishing, Xi Shan's voice suddenly sounded behind. You buddies are really noisy. Zhou Jun poked his head to look at me. I quickly covered his eyes, turned back to look at Xi Shan. He doesn't know anything. Let him go. Zhou Jun couldn't hold back. Let me tell you clearly. My surname is Zhu, the Zhu family. You dare tie me. If my dad knows, you're done. Xi Shan heard. Face darkened. I quickly said, you heard. Our matters don't need to involve the Zhu family. Zhou Jun's parents have never feared heaven or earth since young. If something really happens to him, no one can live. Xi Shan threw me a utility knife. Cut the rope. You don't move. Otherwise, no one lives to get out. I quickly picked it up. Cut Zhou Jun free from the ropes. Don't look at anything. Go home and wait. Zhou Jun frowned. Whispered, no trap. Right. If I go out, I'll definitely report to the police. I said softly. Reporting to the police is good too. It's just I feel they've reached a dead end. No longer afraid of the police. Remembering the explosion in the previous life, I pushed my buddy. If one can escape, then one. He grabbed my shoulder. Fu Jian, you have to wait for me. I'll call the police to save you. Saying that, he dashed out without looking back. The surroundings empty. Only me and Xi Shan left. She hooked her arm through mine, pulled to the window. Look who's coming. Downstairs, a slender figure, being pointed at by second uncle with a gun. I recognized immediately. Jiang Mengiao. My heart tightened. Xi Shan smiled faintly. When the police arrive, they'll see Jiang Menjiao's corpse. Your second uncle won't escape either. My heart pounded fast, fingers ice cold, slightly trembling. But at this moment, the more I show concern, the more dangerous she is. I resolutely closed my eyes. She and I are divorced. Whatever happens to her has nothing to do with me. Really? Xi Shan coldly looked down and said, Few second uncle, shoot one of her legs. After the gunshot, Jiang Mengyao's thigh oozed fresh red blood. She knelt on one knee, raised her head looking towards me and Zishan, face pale. Xishan, I am here. Let him go. Shan ignored. Said to me, Fu Jian, are you happy? I was cold all over. Couldn't say a word. Fu. Second uncle. Shoot the second leg. I suddenly grabbed her hand. Trembling said, don't, I beg you. Xishan's smile suddenly disappeared. Fingers white from gripping tight. Carefully looked at Jiang Menjiao. Immediately after, tiptoed to kiss me. I wanted to dodge. She coldly, do you want Jiang Menjiao to die? I stiffened, didn't move. Xishan pressed her lips against mine, rubbing. A feeling of disgust surged from my stomach. Shan coldly ordered, do it. Downstairs suddenly rang a gunshot. My mind blank, staggered to the window. The imagined Jiang Mengiao, lying in a pool of blood, didn't appear. It was second uncle's shot in the back. Fell flat. Jiang Mengiao's left hand was bleeding. As not far away, a team of armed police rushed in, quickly surrounded the area. Shan's face changed, suddenly pointed the gun at me, retreated behind the second-floor concrete pillar. Outside the window, police shouted at Xishan. She didn't expect the police to arrive so fast. Xishan handcuffed me to the steel pipe, hid in a dead angle where snipers couldn't see, shouted, I have explosives in hand. Tell Jiang Menjiao to come see me, or I'll drag him to die with me. Shan, calm down a bit. Shan's voice more agitated. I am very calm. In the previous life, you died with Jiang Menjiao. Why not with me? I could have salvaged everything, but why did you come back too? Give me back the original Fu. Jian. Shan, a familiar clear voice sounded a few steps away. I am here. Let him go. It was Jiang Menjiao coming. I cursed loudly. You idiot. What are you coming for? The blood on her leg had dried. Hand wrapped in bandage, looking more miserable than in the previous life. From the moment stepping up to the second floor, her eyes glued tightly to me, afraid it'd meet mishap. Shan pulled me back a few steps, pointed the gun at Jiang Menjiao. Jiang Menjiao. This time, let's play differently. She pointed to the coat not far away, said to Jiang Menjiao, put on that coat. I screamed hoarsely, don't put it on. You can't. Shan, like mad, laughed excitedly. Fu Jian. In the previous life, Jiang Menjiao dared to hug you and die together. And you, how much do you love her? I went crazy, wanted to yank off the handcuffs. Shan sneered. I've waited for this day for so long. Today, if she doesn't die, then you die. Jiang Mengyao didn't hear our whispers. You stay away from him. I'll put it on. I roared until hoarse. Jiang Mengyao, you leave. I beg you. Jiang Menjiao, as if didn't hear, quickly put on the coat. Beep. A sound. The countdown timer started. I despairingly closed my eyes. Shan pushed me forward. Fu Jian. Choose one. I stood between the two. Step towards Jiang Menjiao 1 step. She retreated half a step. Jiang Menjiao seriously instructed, Fu Jian, don't come near, there's a bomb. I stood still. Didn't dare step anymore. I am not afraid of death, but at this moment choosing Jiang Menjiao in front of her is no different from provoking Xishan. Might even make the bomb explode early. Xishan sneered, said sarcastically, Fu Jian, admit it, you only love yourself. Like your second uncle? Selfish and heartless. Jiang Mengiao retreated to the window, looked at me once, then said, Shan, about your father? I am very sorry. Shan, who was enjoying the show, suddenly got provoked. Stepped forward half a step. You're not worthy to mention my father. You spoiled rich kids born with silver spoons. Do you have any true feelings? But your father back then did violate regulations, not wearing a helmet. We also compensated accordingly. Jiang Mengyao coldly curled her lips in mockery. Shut up, you're just incompetent. I trembled all over. This world is crazy. Jiang Menjiao's words. Each sentence stabbed into Zishan's vital points. Does she not want to live anymore? Shan pulled out a lighter from somewhere. A large flame burst up, the smell of machine oil in the air. Turns out, Xishan had poured it in advance. Her eyes bloodshot, stepping towards me. It was you who ruined my life. The face not fully recovered. At this moment, the flames looked really terrifying. Fu Jian, why didn't you choose me? If you had said earlier you don't like disfigured people, I wouldn't have made myself like this. A bucket of cold water poured over my head. It really was her own doing. There, you're crazy. Xishan, who endured for years, finally tore off the gentle mask, revealing madness. Yes, without this, how could I exploit your guilt? Steal information about Jiang Mengiao? Fu Jian, if you chose me, it wouldn't be this end. Coming to this step, blame yourself. Go to hell with me. She pulled out a remote. I, without thinking, yanked the gun and shot the handcuffs. Turned and lunged at Xishan, snatched the remote. Jiang Menjiao screamed, Fu Jian. Immediately after, the crisp sound of glass shattering rang out. I couldn't hear anything anymore, buzzing in ears like needles stabbing continuously into my head. Before my eyes was Jiang Mengiao's pale face, saying something to me. I felt like I was blown to pieces, whole body numb, no strength left, but dying with her. I am not afraid at all. Not afraid? Then why am I crying? Loss of hearing only in an instant. The next second, screams like bombs flooded into my ears. The suspect has been eliminated. Body found on the second floor of the abandoned factory. Team 1 report, explosive device intact. Confirmed hostages safe. No other suspicious explosives found at the scene. Fire burning strongly. Notify relevant personnel to evacuate hostages immediately when being dragged away. I turned back to see Zishan lying on the ground looking at me. The air dispelled the smell of smoke in my nose. Police sirens wailed continuously, red and blue lights intertwined, reflecting the half-sunken sunset. Zhou Jun's cursing voice, at this moment, sounded like heavenly music. 21st century, rule of law society. How many crackdowns on crime? Still playing with explosives. Those outlaws, locked them all up. Life imprisonment, death penalty. Buddies caught them all. I don't let them go. All right, you go check on Fujian. Leave the rest to us. Zhou Jun glanced and saw me kneeling in the snow. Shouted, Fujian, get up and see how your wife and child are. Beside, Jiang Mengyao was cooperating with police to disarm the bomb. Suddenly, her ears turned red. I walked straight to her. Hugged Jiang Mengyao, who just disarmed the bomb. Cold face walked towards the car. Who are you? Not even a greeting. A door slam cut off Zhou Jun's protest. I gloomily looked at her. Jiang Mengyao shrank into the corner. Don't be like that. I am scared. I scolded harshly. You know fear yet still come. You think it's a game of chicken. Jiang Mengyao's eyes immediately teared up. That's a bomb. I was furious to madness. Veins on forehead bulging. If Zishan pressed the button, then what? Jiang Mengyao closed her eyes and fell into my arms. Done. I am scared faint. Hearing that, I choked. Took a deep breath. Veins on forehead twitching. Only now did I see her hands shaking. I hugged Jiang Mengyao tightly. Tried to calm my voice. Sorry. I was harsh just now. Fortunately, we're both alive, she worriedly asked. Has your wound been bandaged yet? Just now, she wore a bulletproof vest. Plus, second uncle's gun wasn't accurate, so only grazed some skin. In contrast, I was full of wounds. Let me see. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. It's on the thigh. She lowered her head to undo my pants. We're old husband and wife. What's to be shy about? The window gradually cleared. What are you doing? She flung open the car door. Light poured in. Jiang Menjiao was kneeling between my legs, hand on belt, half undone. Zhou Jun, holding phone, expressionless, looked at us for 3 seconds, suddenly closed the door. Right? You abusing dogs, no one cares. Ill-find animal protection. When Jiang Mengyao and I held the wedding again, Zhou Jun sat at the main table. He seemed to eat nothing. When it was his turn to toast, Jiang Mengyao gently said, Before, often heard Fu Jian mention you. He said if Remery's still me, something bad might happen. Being looked at by his scrutinizing eyes, he recalled his bold oath before. If Remery's still her, he'll stand on my head and eat shit. He looked at me. I looked at him. Two people speechless. I just said it. Casually. Who knew Jiang Mengyao's memory so good? Zhou Jun smiled. Raised the glass. Old matters past. I wish you two 100 years of harmony. Jiang Mengyao smiled faintly. Thank you. After toasting, I muttered, it's old matter. Why mention it? She smiled. I am curious. Really curious. I hesitated for a long time, suddenly grinned. You lean your ear here. Ill whisper. I hugged her and whispered for a while. Jiang Mengyao covered her ear, like hearing something embarrassing. I laughed until stomach hurt. You said if he really does that, and drags me to eat too, then what? Can you keep face? The whole hall echoed my cheerful laughter. Jiang Mengyao just looked at me like that, eyes gentle like melting water. The wedding ended. Guests can freely enjoy at the seaside resort. Dusk. Jiang Mengyao took off the wedding dress, wore loose clothes, wore a straw hat, frolicked on the beach. Before you often said want me to go to the sea with you. Haven't gone once. Jiang Mengyao puzzled. Before what? It's me 5 years later. Jiang Mengyao frowned. A bit old. I savored again. Not old at all. Even more charming. At night, as soon as I entered the bedroom, I was held tight. Dangerous breath came from behind. I was locked. Jiang Mengyao's cold voice tinged with desire. Does he understand you more than I do? I was stunned. Suddenly realized today she was off. For what? She's jealous. Jiang Mengyao's eyes like hooks. Seductive like silk. Fujian, in the end, do you like me or him? I burst out laughing. Don't say that. You still defend him. This voice clearly vinegar jar spilled. I wanted to cry, but no tears. No, 5 years later you remember this sentence and want to interrogate me. Again, Jiang Mengyao paused, seriously said, in principle, yes. Fujian, you can only be mine. Late at night, moonlight through the curtains fell on her cheeks. Jiang Mengyao already asleep. I gently stroked her face, heart unusually warm. In the previous life, countless times holding Jiang Mengyao's hand sighing, if only we were together earlier, for 5 years. We lived like two suffering strangers. That year, I think I was moved too. In the late night, she quietly covered me with blanket. That moment, I once wanted to hug her tight, say let's reconcile. But Zishan's accident became a thorn in my heart. Those feelings I didn't want to admit, each time rising. The thorn stabbed deep into my heart, reminding me that Jiang Menjiao once harmed my loved one, perhaps suppressed too long. So when misunderstanding resolved, love poured out, gave me a short but romantic dating time. I liked her longer than I thought. Jiang Mengyao's sleepy hoarse voice. Fujian, why awake? I lifted her face, close, placed a very light kiss on lips. I love you, Jiang Menjiao. Her eyes held unreadable emotions. I dreamed of us in the previous life. I held breath. Really? She lifted my face, like looking at a treasure. Fujian, I am very glad we still have